Taylor Swift
Yes.
obsession is causing the divorce of thousands of marriages. Okay, I could be exaggerating it, but Taylor Swift hating husbands can't deal with their wives' devotion to the pop star, and it is leading to divorce. Taylor Swift is destroying marriages and relationships everywhere. Or more so, I should say, the parasocial relationship that some women have with her is destroying marriages. Mm-hmm. This says Kristen Collins, 41 years old, said that her ex-husband couldn't cope with her devotion to Taylor Swift and even blamed her for their bad blood during their 9-year marriage.
That writer loved that line.
Yeah, she told the New York Post that as I became more outspoken in our relationship about my feelings, Taylor Swift's music was often blamed. Like maybe I was listening to too much Taylor Swift and ruminating about our problems. That's true, right? All of her music is about her failed relationships, right?
He's like, could you listen to somebody with a little bit more of an upbeat take on relationships, please?
Yeah, I don't know if she really has. I guess I haven't listened to more of her recent music, but most of it is about failed relationships and ex-boyfriends. And if you're a married woman analyzing these lyrics and stewing on them and relating them to your own experiences, I don't think that would be a very constructive influence in your marriage. She says Taylor Swift's music caused blow-up arguments in their relationship. We probably used it as a projection of some sort, or a way of avoiding the topic we wanted to discuss. His anger at me would become anger at Taylor Swift, and my fierce defensiveness of her was replacing my own defensiveness. So she identified so strongly with Taylor Swift and her relationships and her personal life that she became a proxy in her fights with her husband, which eventually led to the destruction of their marriage.
Talk to your girlfriend, talk to your wife, talk to your husband.
This is crazy.
Talk to them. This is so dumb.
Okay, so you're not going to be defending the Swifties on this one.
No, not at all. I mean,
okay, good.
No, I mean, look, it's dumb to leave your wife over Taylor Swift. It's dumb to put the problems you have with your wife on Taylor Swift and then yell about Taylor Swift to your wife. It's really dumb. I don't think that it's the Swifties' fault, especially if it's a situation where, just like you outlined there, it's a manifestation of problems with the actual relationship.
She also says that November 29th last year was the last time he physically abused
That's
me.
a different
That's
woman.
That's the
in
other.
the
That's the next
article,
person. Okay.
Not the same one.
Different lady.
This guy was not abusive. She just kind of took themes from Taylor Swift's music about men and projected them onto her husband. And he didn't leave his wife over Taylor Swift. She filed for divorce.
So she left him.
And this is a 41-year-old woman. Grow up.
Okay, if you file, it's your fault.
They
Especially
say
over something. Unless there's like physical abuse or infidelity, like there are no reasons to get divorced except for physical abuse and infidelity.
it didn't help that her ex was a musician and he felt the need to critique Taylor Swift's craft at every chance he got. He would just say that she's not good, and I would say, well, Billy Joel thinks she's good, and Stevie Nicks and Paul McCartney have publicly validated her talent.
Yeah, I validate her talent too. She's good.
She turned to the tunes of Taylor Swift for moral support as her marriage was unraveling. I listened to songs like Tolerate It. When Taylor sang, "But what would you do if I break free and leave us in the ruins? Took this dagger in me and removed it, gained the weight of you, then lose it. Believe me, I could do it." I thought, I could do it too. Break free from what had become a truly unhealthy relationship.
Break free from the relationship of the guy who doesn't like your music, Taylor. Yeah.
So that's the biggest problem I can identify here, is that she likes Taylor Swift and he doesn't. What was unhealthy about the relationship otherwise?
They got in some fights about it.
So in 2021, she did, in fact, file for divorce and renewed her vows to Taylor Swift herself. Since then, She's traveled around the country and overseas to go to multiple Taylor Swift concerts with her friends like a teenager.
It's got to be
This is high school behavior.
I mean, it feels like it would be, if not for the noise of a very busy life, a deeply unsatisfying existence.
Yeah, she's talking about traveling to Las Vegas, Portugal, and New Orleans with girlfriends to see Taylor perform.
You know the girlfriends
Something
were,
that
like,
I could
telling her to
never
break
have
up.
done while married.
You know that her friends were like, break up with him. He
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
want you to go on the Taylor Swift tour. Break up with him.
But she says her ex has now come to tolerate Taylor Swift after witnessing their children's love for her. There were children involved. And this is why their parents'
and she
marriage
is on
ended.
tour with watching Taylor Swift.
So while the kids are in his custody, she's traveling to Taylor Swift concerts. I think that he is getting behind it now as a father in a way that maybe he couldn't as a husband. So I'll give him that. And then in this second example, Sarah, whose ex-husband didn't want their daughters listening to Taylor Swift's music during their 9-year marriage. Every time I would play her music in the car, he would be like, these lyrics are not appropriate for the kids, and he would switch the song. He was always like, she's not a good role model, she's provocative, she gives girls messages that they shouldn't be believing. And I would always be like, I feel like she's very empowering.
Okay.
So, I mean, Phil, would you agree that there are messages in Taylor Swift's music that may not be good for young girls?
Yes. I still like it, though.
What are those messages?
There's fairly feminist messages. The idea, there seems to be some ideas revolving around promiscuity. So those kind of things aren't all that great.
So the husband's objectively probably got a good point, and he's taking it from the perspective of what the kid should be listening to. The mom is taking it from the perspective of a feminist and saying that he's wrong.
No, we're
even
using
though-
Taylor Swift's music to teach our daughters to be feminists.
Yeah,
That should be a good thing.
There's
That's
a
a
20
bad
there.
thing.
Thumper said, small shift from the Lily Phillips topic from yesterday. It's clearly manipulation. If she actually felt bad, why double down and sleep with 1,000?
Well, maybe that one doesn't happen.
For the dollars.
Sometimes you double down on something you know you shouldn't do anyway.
Yeah.
And you feel bad about doubling down, but you do it anyway. I think I've brought up this example before. If you're in an argument with someone and you're saying something really mean and cruel and you know that you're doing it and you can't stop yourself because you're in the moment of anger, you kind of hate yourself for saying what you said, but you're
After the
doubling
fact.
down anyway.
Sounds
So
like
I
a
don't think
woman
it's
thing.
that hard to believe.
It sounds like a woman thing.
It might be.
Because I imagine men would be like, man, I shouldn't have punched him in the face.
Oh, not like knockdown, drag out fight. I just mean if you say something that digs at someone.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
Are there any other celebrities or figures in pop culture or Hollywood that could have such a unique impact on the relationship between two people? Anybody else? that
Other
you can
than
think of?
Taylor Swift.
It might be the best argument I can think of that she was a bigger star than Beyonce. Like, nobody's breaking up over Beyonce lyrics.
Well, no, Beyonce stood by her man for better or for worse. It's getting worse for them right now.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to split up anytime soon. They're more like business partners.
Well, yeah,
now.
once you're at that level of financial connectedness and that much money, it's like...
And power and
Yeah.
influence and secrets that they
that-
have on each other.
That house is like a mile long. Just sleep at opposite ends of
Yeah.
the house.
Exactly. Sarah said that she used Taylor Swift's songs to get through her ex-husband's physical, verbal, emotional, and spiritual abuse. She decided to leave him back in November.
Okay.
She said it's really wild because later that day, Taylor released her song You're Losing Me, and the lyrics are literally what happened to me that day. When I heard that song, I was just like, she wrote this for me.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
That is a parasocial relationship
Yes.
right there. Taylor Swift is not your therapist. She's not your mom. She's not
She
your
doesn't
friend.
know you. She didn't do anything for you.
She doesn't know you or care about you.
Idolatry is a bad thing.
Yeah. She says she realized she didn't need to stay with her ex-husband for the children because there's a lyric in Taylor Swift's song, It's Time to Go, that says, trying to stay for the kids when keeping it how it is will only break their hearts worse. And I always thought that by staying, I was saving my kids from heartbreak, But then I realized by leaving, I was giving them a sense of freedom because they didn't have to live in this environment where they walked on eggshells all the time.
Tell that to the kids in the previous story who were in a family that broke up over Taylor Swift music and now have divorced parents and have to split Christmases because dad doesn't like Bad Blood.
Yeah.
Or should I say, because mom, earlier your face, because mom doesn't like that dad doesn't like Bad Blood.
Bad Blood's a good song, man.
Well, I'm sure the kids are much better off now that Sarah is with a woman who lets her listen to as much Taylor Swift music as she wants.
Feminism indicates that you have to give in to whatever she wants no matter what.
Well, of course.
Otherwise,
Right.
it's abuse. Also,
Feminism means women are always right.
That's
is
what
the-
people say that happy life, happy wife, or happy wife, happy life took relationships
in a bad direction.
into a bad direction because it's stuff like that.
Well, it originally was more of picking your battles in a more wholesome sense. It's not that anymore.
Right.
Also, what the hell? What is spiritual abuse?
I don't even know. I don't even know what she's
Like, I know what
referring to.
physical abuse is.
I
I
have
don't know
no
what
idea.
spiritual abuse is. That's kind of coming into what we were talking about recently with the fact that people just talk and say stuff without the words actually meaning anything.
Yeah.
Like, unless she can tell me what that actually means, obviously nobody's advocating for physical abuse, and she should have left him. But oddly enough, I find the Taylor Swift inclusion in that story to be a bit of a clickbait.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't leave him because of Taylor Swift. You left him because he's a piece of shit.
The first chick did.
Yes,
The
the second
second
one,
chick
no.
did not, but
No.
she just related the music to her experience more so. We have talked about similar stories in
Yeah.
the past, and I saw a comment on our channel on one of those videos that said, if you have tickets to a Taylor Swift concert, then even if it's on your wedding day, you should go. It doesn't matter.
Of course.
Your spouse should just understand because it's Taylor Swift, so she's more important.
Of course.
There are
That's what matters.
many things that are more important than going to a Taylor Swift concert. There will always be more.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.